Hello, this is Deb Rink, Enrico. I am the drink, the whole drink. And I wanted to start off my stories by acknowledging every single one of my best friends in my life, all of my doggies. I started life at 5 years old. Holy cow, our family got a puppy. I was scared to death. Scared to death. The puppy, little poodle, miniature poodle, comes in the house, bubbly, jumping around, excited as any puppy ever gets. And I couldn't do anything except sit on the back of the couch. That puppy did not get on the couch yet. Did not get on the back of the couch. It was my safe place. I could hide from the puppy on the back of the couch. I spent every day for a few weeks on the back of the couch. My mother would carry me to the bathroom. She would carry me to the dinner table. She would carry me to bed. Until I finally got used to seeing an excited little creature with 4 legs and furry in my home with me. His name was Benji, and I think, if I remember right, we didn't name him for a couple of weeks. Me and I have 2 siblings, 1 brother and 1 sister. We were all asked to come up with a name for him. I don't remember who came up with the name, but Benji was my first best friend in life. And he lived until I was a senior in high school. So I had him from 5 years old to just before I turned 18 years old. And wow, he was a character. Every dog I've had has been a character. And then, let's see, I went to college and had no dogs in college. But when I graduated and moved out to Utah, I bought my first home and got my first dog as an adult. Riley was a border collie. He was the typical border collie. He was so freaking smart. I eventually had like 100 toys for him. 100 toys, with each of them had different names. I would throw them all in a pile and I would say, "Get the squirrel," and he would run through the pile and bring the squirrel to me. And then we got him a companion a couple years later. His companion was another tricolored border collie named Norbert. Norbert, not quite as smart, but he did save his brother's life once. So I had an outdoor pool with a cover on it, and Riley absolutely loved the water. He was one of those dogs that would dive down to the bottom of the pool and get a toy. He could swim underwater, swim on top of water. He absolutely loved it. But he jumped in the pool with the cover on it, and he got caught in the cover. I was not there. The 2 dogs were outside together. Norbert came in just like a little lassie dog would and was freaking out in front of me, jumping on me, freaking out, like biting my pants and pulling me. So I finally go out to the backyard, but Riley had gotten himself out. He was dripping wet coming in the door at the time I was going out. And Norbert was saving his brother's life by coming to get me for help. Isn't that adorable? Norbert wasn't so smart, but Norbert could save a life. After that, I had Charmin. She was an American Eskimo, and she's been my only female dog. Fluffy white. How could I resist naming her Charmin? And she was my dog that would giggle. She literally copied me. And when I got home, she would be so happy that she would giggle. Charmin was adorable. I had her 6 years or so, and through health problems with her, I gave her to a young couple that opened a veterinary clinic, and she was the doggy of the veterinary clinic, the greeter, and she giggled with that couple the same as she did with me. And that's the only other couple in her life that I saw her giggle with. So yes, that was a happy home for her. for me to give to a veterinary couple that could take great care of her when maybe I didn't have the same kind of resources. So after Charmin, so what was that? Benji, Riley, Norbert, Charmin. That's 4. After Charmin, I had Bruiser. And Bruiser is the dog that saved my life. And I will tell you that story in a separate video. But Bruiser was a Maltipoo who I absolutely adored. I loved spending time with that dog. I took him everywhere. And you will see him in certain posts that I have if you follow me on other places like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. I use his face and some of the pictures I took of him in those posts. So we have Bruiser. Beware of the dog. My favorite picture I ever took of him. That's why he remains in that picture in my home. And so, Bruiser had a companion for 4 years, and that companion was also a Maltipoo named Scooter. Scooter was the wanderer of all of my dogs. He would escape everything like Houdini. He could climb over a 6-foot chain link fence, which he did every single day. I didn't know how to keep him in a chain link fence, so I actually had to move. I moved houses. I bought a house for my dogs, not necessarily for myself. Ended up being one of my favorite houses, but hey, the purpose I bought the house with the solid wood fence was for my dogs. Scooter did escape the yard, and I didn't get him back after that, but 4 years of wonderful times with Bruiser and Scooter as this companionship grew. Then Bruiser and I moved to Florida. Bruiser, the Maltipoo that you just saw framed on my wall, was the friendliest personality. He loved every dog and every person, and I say that about Rico too. Loves every dog, every person, not necessarily. As Rico gets older, he it gets a little bit more picky. There are a couple of dogs I have seen him not like. And just like Mommy, he can bite when he don't like. So, Rico is my 7th. I have raised all of these dogs I've mentioned from puppies. I got them all as puppies. Some from breeders, some from rescues. It's all everything everything in between. But I have raised all 7 as puppies. This right here, my easiest puppy. So I say my last dog I had before him was Bruiser, saved my life. And now I say Rico is the one I live my life with. Yes, I'm choosing now to live. I am, you'll hear all of my stories, but hearing these comments might ring a bell later on. So when I was younger, choosing to live meant something different. Now that I am 51 years old, choosing to live means, to me, doing things, loving my animals and my people in my life, and just keeping the peace all around me. So, welcome to my best friends portion of this video. 7 best friends in my life. I just want to acknowledge their names one more time. Benji, Riley, Norbert, Bruiser, Scooter, and Rico. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different breeds. And I love them all. And I love Rico now most because he is the one that's with me. And here we go, living. Enjoy your day, live your life. And I'm signing off as Deb Rink, the whole drink. Ciao.